Yo, what's up? If you're about to start your first trades apprenticeship, congratulations. You just made one of the most smartest career moves of your life. But wait, before you walk into that job site thinking that you know what's coming, let me stop you right there. There are five critical things that nobody's going to tell you up front. The stuff that separates the guys who make it from the guys who quit after 3 weeks. Look, at 50 years old, having started as a green apprentice in the sheet metal union and grinding my way up to foreman over 14 years, I've seen it all. Then I took the leap, became an HVAC contractor for the past 15 years. That's 29 years total in the game, watching apprentices come and go. Some make it, some don't. Want to know the difference? Before we get started, smash that like button and subscribe. All right, let's get into it. First thing you need to understand, the world doesn't owe you jack. Your journeymen don't owe you patience. Your foreman doesn't owe you encouragement. The company doesn't owe you anything beyond a paycheck and safety equipment. I've watched apprentices walk in expecting to be treated like precious snowflakes, expecting everyone to hold their hand and cheer them on. Nope. You're getting paid to learn while you work. That's already a pretty sweet deal if you think about it. Your college buddies, they're paying $50K plus to sit in the lecture halls learning theory that might never apply in the real world. You're earning while you're learning a skill that society literally cannot function without. But here's the kicker. If you show up with the right attitude, hungry to learn, willing to work, not afraid to get dirty, then suddenly everyone wants to help you. I've seen crusty old-timers who normally hate apprentices take a kid under their wing just because the kid showed up ready to work and wasn't afraid to ask questions. Be grateful for the opportunity. Show respect for the craft. Earn your place. Here's what Hollywood gets wrong about the trades. It's not just about being strong and swinging hammers. The smartest apprentices, the ones who advance fast, they're the ones using their heads. Picture this. 2 apprentices on a job site. One guy built like a linebacker, can carry twice as much as anyone else. The other guy is smaller, but he's watching, listening, asking why things are done a certain way. Guess who becomes the foreman? The thinker. Modern trades are high tech. We're talking computer-controlled HVAC systems, smart electrical grids, precision plumbing systems that require understanding of pressure dynamics and flow rates. You need to understand blueprints, building codes, safety regulations, material properties, system troubleshooting. Your back might get you through the day. Your brain will get you through the career. Study the theory behind what you're doing. Understand why, not just how. When something breaks, don't just fix it. Figure out why it broke so you can prevent it next time. The trades need problem solvers, not just muscle. Hey everyone, if you're having trouble deciding what trade career to choose, check out Course Careers. Talk to Coura. This is Course Careers' new AI career counselor. Coura will help you decide if HVAC, plumbing, electrical, construction project managing, construction estimating, architectural drafting, and supply chain coordinator fits your goals. And then you could start the free intro course it suggests, just like students across multiple industries have used to break into high-paying careers fast without any experience or college degree. The intro course will show you exactly what the job is like day to day and teach you how to get hired within 4 to 12 weeks. I'll leave the link in my description and pinned in the comments below for you to check out. Listen to me very carefully. Every safety rule was written in someone's blood. I'm not being dramatic. I'm being real. That hard hat requirement, because someone got their skull cracked by falling debris. Those safety glasses, because someone lost an eye to metal shavings. The lockout, tag out procedures, because someone's got electrocuted trying to work on live equipment. But here's what they don't tell you about safety. It's not just about avoiding injury, though that's obviously huge. It's about protecting your earning potential. I know a guy who thought he was too cool for safety glasses, got a piece of metal in his eye during his second year as an apprentice. damaged his vision permanently. Know what happened to his career prospects? Gone. You can't be a precision craftsman if you can't see properly. You can't advance to supervisor roles if companies see you as a liability. Your body is your business. Every finger, every joint, every sense, that's your income generating equipment. Treat it like the $1 million asset it is. Follow the rules, all of them, even the ones that seem stupid, especially the ones that seem stupid.
Quick break here. We'll check out which trade is good for you. You can access the free course in the link below.
Here's something they don't teach you in all trade schools. You're not just learning a trade, you're learning a business. Even if you never want to be a contractor, understanding the money side will make you more valuable. Know what materials cost. Understand labor rates. Learn how jobs are priced. When you can walk up to your foreman and say, hey, I found a way to save us 2 hours on this install. You're not just an apprentice anymore. You're a business partner. I've seen apprentices get promoted faster because they understand the economics of the job. Let's say HVAC technicians in your area make $25 to $40 plus an hour as journeymen. Good ones make $50 to $80K plus annually. But here's where it gets interesting. If you go contractor, the sky is the limit. I'm talking $100K to $300K plus, depending how you build your business. But even if you stay employed, the apprentice who thinks like the business owner are the ones that will become foremen, supervisors, project managers. They're making $70K to $100K plus, while their peers are still turning wrenches for $25 plus an hour. Learn how to read profit and loss statements. Understand how your work affects the bottom line. Think about efficiency, waste reductions, customer satisfaction. You're not just learning HVAC or electrical or plumbing, you're learning how to make money with those skills. This last one is huge. In the trades, your reputation follows you everywhere. It's a smaller world than you think. Contractors talk to each other. Foremen move between companies. Word gets around fast. You could be the most skilled technician in the world, but if you're known as unreliable, difficult to work with, or sloppy with quality, good luck finding good jobs. I've watched incredibly talented guys struggle to find work because they burned bridges, showed up late constantly, cut corners on safety, talked back to supervisors. On the flip side, I've seen average technicians become highly sought after because they're known as reliable, professional, and easy to work with. Here's a perfect example. 2 electricians with similar skills. One guy is incredibly gifted, but has a reputation for being difficult. The other is solid, but not spectacular. However, everyone loves working with him. Guess who gets called for the premium jobs? The high-paying commercial contracts, the opportunities to advance. The reliable guy, every time. Your reputation includes showing up on time, actually early, doing quality work even when no one is watching, being easy to work with, helping your teammates, staying professional with customers, constantly learning and improving. This industry has a long memory. Build a reputation you'd be proud to have follow you for the next 30 years, because it will. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Apprenticeships are tough. The hours are long. The work is physically demanding. Some days you'll question everything, but here's what keeps me going after nearly 3 decades in this business. We build the world. Every building you see, every system that keeps people comfortable, every infrastructure that keeps society running, we made that happen. When a family moves into their new home and the heat works perfectly on the first cold night, we did that. When the hospital's critical systems never fail during an emergency, we did that. When businesses can operate efficiently because their HVAC, electrical, and plumbing systems are rock solid, we did that. This isn't just a job, it's a calling. You're joining a brotherhood and a sisterhood for people who take pride in building things that last, who solve real problems, who provide essential services that improve people's lives. The money is good, great even, if you play your cards right. But the satisfaction, the pride, the respect, that is priceless. Welcome to the trades, kid. You're going to love it here. One last thing. Document your journey. Take pictures of projects you work on. Keep notes about what you learned. Build a portfolio of your progress. Not just for job interviews, though that helps, but for you. There will be days, trust me on this, when you feel like you're not making progress, when everything seems impossible, when you wonder if you made the right choice. On those days, look back where you started. Remember that first week where you didn't even know how to hold your tools properly. Now look at what you can build. That apprentice who was afraid to ask questions, now you're teaching the new guy. Growth isn't always obvious day to day, but over months and years, it's dramatic. After spending half my life in this industry, from nervous apprentice to running my own HVAC contracting business, I can tell you with absolute certainty the trades will give you everything you're willing to work for. Show up, work hard, stay humble, keep learning. The rest will take care of itself. If this video helped you, smash that like button. If you want more unfiltered career advice, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Remember, every journey starts with a single step. You're about to take one of the most important steps of your career. Make it count. Oh, and before we go, why don't construction workers ever get lost? Because they always know where the stud is. Yeah, I know, that was terrible. But wait until you hear some jokes on the job sites. This was actually a pretty good one. Peace out.